You are listening to High Score 510, where real talk is our vernacular.
Detroit's crime rate has been the lowest it has been in years.
60 years.
That's because they made the playoffs.
Go Lions. Go Lions.
Go Lions.
I need to go LA. I need that crime rate to drop. I need to be able to go back there and be free.
I don't think there's any correlation between the Rams and LA's crime rate.
I don't think the Rams have anything impact on the local community besides how many drunk drivers are out there. Man.
I want the Rams to win because I feel like the Rams could beat the Niners. It's the only team in the NFC that could beat the Niners right
That's
now.
your main motivation. I don't care what's
That's my only motivation. The Rams don't even have to win the Super Bowl for me. All they have to do is beat the Lions this week, and the Sunday after that beat the 49ers, and then they can lose to the Cowboys. I'm happy with that.
I would be okay with that playing out that way.
I'm happy with that. That's my play out. That's my play out in my head. The Rams beat the Lions in a close game. They beat the Niners in a touchdown game. That's two divisional guys going at it. And then they go off, and then they lose to the Cowboys in the NFC title game. To me, Super Bowl won already. Super Bowl won. That's celebration. Sorry, I kept getting up. I was trying to get my tens machine working, but my battery died up.
Back problems?
No, I was going to use it. I do have back problems. You're right about that, but no, that's not actually what's bothering me right now. My knee.
Oh, okay.
I was going to just put a little tins to it, put a little ice on it.
Mm-hmm.
Try to go to the gym tomorrow morning. Not have any excuses.
Right.
Need some of this middle-age weight. I got a dad bod, but I ain't got no kids.
Say hi, Daddy. Say hi, Daddy.
Hi, Daddy.
Whose goddamn white baby is that? This is your baby, okay? He's just light-skinned.
That's issues of the world.
That's a lot of dudes, man. I mean,
rocking a dad bod and the farthest person away from having kids. Don't make no sense.
Just because you name him Darren don't mean he belongs to Darren.
You got that genetic dad bod disorder.
Exactly. I got the dad bod to make you think that this dude must really take care of his kids.
If you suffer from
father.
GDBD, please
great father.
take Ozempic.
It looked like he don't eat till at least after all the kids asleep, till he breed them a story and put them to sleep. And then he chow down. That's why his metabolism probably running so slow.
Eating the whole charcuterie board.
No dad's eating no charcuterie board, dear. I don't know what dads you hanging around. Dad's eating the leftover.
What he say?
The leftover nuggets. What are you eating, a charcuterie board?
every now and then. I mean, not a whole one, but I mean, you know.
Okay, answer me this then. I'm glad this came up. When is a charcuterie board? I ain't never heard of a charcuterie board growing up. I ain't heard of it in college. When did this charcuterie? I feel like the millennials wanting to celebrate everything, along with their participation trophies, came out with charcuterie boards. I mean, it's already existed, but it wasn't in my world. Now it's in every world. You could be a millennial, you could be African American, you can be any race, any socioeconomic status. And as long as you was a millennial, you believed in charcuterie boards. Oh man, we're gonna have a charcuterie board. Yeah, man. My annual income is probably like, $2,000 a year, but I still I've had about 12 charcuterie boards.
Now here's the problem, and you hit the nail on the head. Now, if you are not necessarily in a particular wage range, your charcuterie board is going to look a little different. Now, bologna and pimento cheese and other assorted weird cheeses that don't count. That's not charcuterie.
Well, so you saying that even if I was of lower socioeconomic status, or depending on what your social economic status is, your charcuterie board looks different. I understand that, but people now make charcuterie boards just for themselves.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So
it seemed like a thing when you have an event of people. That's why I said charcuterie boards used to belong to a certain socioeconomic status, but since the millennials came aboard. And they're just like, full inclusion. And it's like, nah, everybody can have a charcuterie board. I don't know about you, Woody. You right. The charcuterie board looks different. But I tell you what, if it look a certain way, I ain't going over your house.
I'm totally with you on that one.
Because I tell them to walk away. Because if you got a bologna and spam charcuterie board, along with a couple of Velveeta cheeses that still got the paper on it. And maybe some cheese whiz that you tried to dollop up real nice on the edges.
Right,
I'm
trying
gone.
to make some little canned cheese roses and stuff.
Exactly.
My grandparents used to have their little crystal plate they bring out during the holidays, the little center bowl.
That Crystal told me they was working class and trying to and know how to be elegant and know how to act when the Crystal only came out when you was elegant.
But that's when
Crystal
you
didn't come out when people see. The problem now is you don't bring out the Crystal when someone bring out some Hennessy.
It was never really Hennessy being brought up by it then, but it was definitely the
No, you can have alcohol with the Crystal, the good Crystal out. You ain't having no Hennessy and no Cisco.
The little mini pickles, or the little canned olives.
Boone's Farms. It was a Boone's Farm era. That's what it was.
Yeah, he had some couple little salamis and ham, like a little ham, little
That's
lunch
still
meat,
a little more classy.
Lunch meat on there too.
That's still a little more classy.
So you got your salamis, your pepperonis, your prosciutto, those sorts of things. Then
prosciutto was not something I had until I got past high school. I don't even think I had it. Probably college when I first had a prosciutto.
Little man, I probably didn't have prosciutto till about 10 years ago. I'm wagering, yeah.
I ain't had a prosciutto till it got cheap and Hormel started producing them.
I had prosciutto till it ended up in Costco.
Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden the prosciutto was next to the Oscar Myers, and then you're like, okay, I could. What's this? I'll try this out.
So you got the sampler at Costco. You figure I'm buying that. I want it now. Now I can afford this.
But there's your answer. Maybe Costco opened up charcuterie to everybody.
Charcuterie
to everybody. I didn't know what no charcuterie is when I was growing up. I felt like Forrest Gump when they said coons.
Coons.
Coons. We had coons in our back porch once. Mama ran them off with the broom.
Oh, such a good movie.
It was one of those movies that's good to me because I only saw it once.
I saw it a few times, actually.
I was worried that if I keep watching it, I wasn't going to like it.
I got to that point where I said, okay, I got to stop because then I'm going to start to not.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I saw it twice. And then after that, I got worried. I saw it once on VHS. Saw it in the movie theater. And then I saw it in VHS.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he's the one who actually taught Elvis how to dance. It wasn't Negroes. It was him with his braced knees.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm.
He taught everything. I'm like, Forrest Gump did everything in this world. And somehow didn't get AIDS. Him and Magic Johnson, only two people in the world that never got AIDS.
Him and Jenny.
I should have got AIDS and didn't get AIDS.
He never busted a nut in Jenny.
I think Magic learned from Forrest Gump. That's how he survived so long. He's like, hey, you know what? Forrest somehow had sex with Jenny who got AIDS and didn't get AIDS. But I think Magic went, talked to Forrest Gump, and now man living forever. Man found the filter. Ponce de Leon couldn't do what Magic Johnson doing.
Forrest walked so Magic could run. Simple.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. I need that shirt. And Eazy-E get AIDS and die in 3 seconds.
That's right.
That was a trip, man. I was so scared. You know, when Magic made his announcement about the HIV virus that I have attained, I was in 10th grade, about to start basketball practice. Coach called us in. We hear about it, didn't believe it, couldn't believe it. Coach give us this big talk about protection, about everything. But we were so ignorant. And Jared, see, you got to understand that. What are you around my age? So you understand. Mm-hmm. I remember cutting myself in the locker room and then worrying, going to find some alcohol dousing and worrying, right? Cutting myself on the locker, passing by somebody's locker and had a piece of metal hanging out.
They've got AIDS.
What has he done? Can you tell me?
And then Magic, and then right after that, you figure 2 years later, then Eazy-E hit the spin so fast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Freddie Mercury.
Well, Freddie Mercury and Rock Hudson. When did Freddie Mercury die? Rock Hudson already died by then.
That was like the mid to late 80s. Yeah, because
Rock Hudson was in the 80s.
Live Aid was 86, and Freddie Mercury performed at Live Aid, so it was probably somewhere around 88. I think he passed away. I think.
Yeah, but see, the jury was still out. The jury wasn't out. We just didn't know as much.
Yeah, probably the worst for you, Aaron. You probably had tetanus, probably.
That was probably the worst. Had tetanus, didn't even take care of it. Scared.
Yeah.
I said Freddie Mercury died in 91. So you
91.
Right after,
okay.
Yeah, so
okay. So early 90s.
Scary things.
Yeah.
Had them condom makers creating those thick condoms that AIDS scared. Condoms was thick, man.
Why you think Pedro like regular sex?
Felt like I had to have my first time about 4 or 5 times before I realized it. Those condoms are so damn thick, they should be a damn shame of themselves. Lifestyle.
Aaron was trying to buy. Aaron was going to the grocery store.
Durex.
Going to the grocery store and buying them yellow dishwashing gloves.
Man, they was thinner than that. They was thinner than Durex. Crazy thing is, I had one of my electives. I work in the so after I got in trouble and got picked up by the cops in 8th grade, my school counselor was like, "We're going to keep an eye on you." So every year, one of my electives had to be working in the office, and so they would rotate me each semester out. One semester the guidance office, then the attendance office, then back to the guidance, then the health office. I finished my whole high school career just working in the office, and because they were like, "You're a good kid. I don't know why you turned this, so we got to keep a closer eye on you." So I was like, "All right." So, they noticed I would do little things like sneak people attendance passes, party passes when they were late to class, things like that. But then once I got to the nurse office, my friends tried to take advantage, man. That's when the condom giveaway. You had to have permission. Your parents had to write a piece of paper permission and turn it in for you to get condoms. And so friends are always running to me, "Aaron, I need you to get me some condoms, man."
You didn't just have like a trench coat with with rolls of them on the inside.
I was walking out with like 2 a day, so she wouldn't notice. She was such a nice lady, our health office lady. She already said I was way too nice to some of the kids. She didn't mind. I don't think she minded. She was like, "I'd rather kids use condoms than not," right?
Right.
So I was just sneaking my friends' condoms out.
Aaron's like, "Man, I saved this high school a whole bunch of teenage pregnancies, yo."
Saved us. That's why we only had one.
And AIDS.
Big Magic Johnson. What has he done?
We only had one. And that's why I tell you what, but the 9 months after graduation, I went to 2 baby showers from girls in high school, people I went to high school with.
Because you wasn't working now.
I wasn't working in the health office no more.
Drive.
I went to the graduation year later. Girl walked across the stage pregnant. I was like, man, they miss me in here.
They owe you a community service award.
Yeah,
they should have gave me something. They didn't give me perfect attendance because I missed the one day because of the LA riots. They should have given me something. You right, Woody. I need to write them. Like, man, you got to do something. Name my old locker after.
See, Aaron, in a woke society today, if you got caught up in the LA riots or you couldn't make it to school because of LA riots, they would have gave you perfect attendance. That's one good thing.
They cheated me out of perfect attendance. I couldn't believe it when they made the announcement who got it. I was so mad. My mom gave me permission to miss school because I was so mad, and I went to Magic Mountain. I was hot.
It was on your birthday too, right?
I think I did go on my birthday. I was so mad. The riots was on my birthday too.
That's what I'm saying.
The riots was on my birthday, and the bus didn't come pick me up. Listen, the bus did not come to pick me up April 30th, 1992. And I gotta miss school that day. Now, there was no school following the day after that. Come May 1st, we didn't have school for like over a week and a half or 2. But that one day was considered my miss.
Yeah, see. Well, shout out to whatever high school that Aaron went to. Give him a community service award. Put his name on a plaque inside the gym or above the nurse's office.
They're blowing up that actor.
Rename the health room after Aaron.
Yeah, right.
Just rename the vase that you keep the condoms in the back.
That's all.
Put my name on that.
Just get him a crystal charcuterie set to keep the condoms on.
Yeah, just get a big crystal vase to name Aaron Grayson Crystal. That just sounds bad, man. Maybe not. Maybe you got to do the health room. I'm gonna go with Woody because having a condom crystal might not work.
Would you take a health closet like the storage room where they keep all the condoms and other supplies? No,
we had a real health office in LA. We got space out there. See, Woody, Jared used to the Bay Area. There ain't no space out here. LA, you got space. They built schools with health offices. It was it's connected to the office. It was a room. It had like 2 separate rooms for beds.
Mm-hmm.
Like 6 beds, and I used to go in there and sleep sometimes. If the nurse was out and I still was supposed to be working for her and no one was around, I might take me a little nap in there.
It's free roam.
Most of my friends did, act like they was sick so they could sleep.
It was like I stayed up late last night. I ain't ready for class.
They either stayed up late or smoked a big blunt that morning.
The school sluggish as hell.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, y'all ready to start the show?
And I've been ready, Jared.
Right.
I also can't wait for you to do your New Year's resolution at the end of the show before 9:30.
Oh, we're going to do something. We're going to figure it out. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the High Score 510 podcast. You can catch us at High Score 510 on the Instagram, the YouTube, and on the Twitter. Also, check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/High Score 510. Also, check us out on TikTok, TikTok at the High Score 510. Still haven't been banned yet. Still going strong. Posted a couple more videos, and they didn't get flagged for anything that would get us banned.
Luckily, there ain't no adults watching it right now.
And we are here with
this is AG3 coming at you really as fast as I can for the new 2024. Just realized this is my 30-year reunion this year.
Oh, Negro.
I won't be there. I didn't go to the 10, the 20, or the 15, whatever they had. That shit, that to me, when high school ended, it ended.
All right, well, here's your soundbite.
Fucking Cuban sandwich. Bitch, do I look Cuban to you? I want a nigga sandwich. A motherfucking nigga sandwich, bitch.
Man, what the hell you be watching, Jared, man? You the reason I want this shit. This you the reason I'm not on the social media. Good Lord.
Oh my God.
And we are here with a special guest today.
What's up, y'all? I'm back. It's your man, Uncle Dub, back on High Score 510 podcast. Happy New Year. Let's get it, guys. I mean, good to be back. Good to see you.
Good having you. Yep. Good.
Here's your soundbite.
You could see was that number one thing, that butt. I don't even know why you thought that was so tough. Because she got the snapping nappy dugout. The snapping nappy dugout? Snapping nappy dugout.
No juice.
Snappy nappy. There you go.
The snapping nappy dugout. The what? The snapping nappy.
Love that movie. Though.
And my name is Jared, aka DJ Art, with 2 T's for a double dose of that tink tink. The D is silent, so it's just Jart. And here's my soundbite. Since we haven't recorded since Christmas, just a Christmas jingle, I put me in the mood. And I just, this is one we left off when we were talking about Christmas songs, Aaron.
Let me hear this one.
First of all, why does my man got like the James Brown getting off a stage cape on, man? What is happening right now?
Captain P Funk just popped in on the show. Here we go. I want to play that for Captain P Funk.
But I'm with Woody, man. My man was wearing a James Brown cloak.
He was ready to go. Here we go. Pedro.
I was looking at her dress in the background. That's what I was wondering. Is this an African church or is that her Christmas outfit?
No, this is I seen this video long time ago. Long time ago. This is somewhere in the South, probably.
Nah. Can't.
It's somewhere in LA.
Yeah, I would give LA before the South.
Yeah, this is definitely LA.
The South wouldn't have a cloak that.
Somewhere in Riverside.
He really
that's
went
LA.
into the two-step.
The South wouldn't have the sound system like that. Sorry, Woody. No disrespect to the South. But they wouldn't have a cloak that clean.
No, that's it was so Woody. No, but that's LA. That's LA somewhere. Probably Lancaster. Nita sent me this years ago.
Lancaster, that looked like over there a church in Inglewood on the way to Freeway that bought that new parking lot. I bought the farm. The church that bought the farm.
The only thing my man is missing is like his whole name and all his titles across the back of the cloak in glitter. That's all he's missing.
Sequins and glitter.
That is. So we used to do these jokes, and that was one of the jokes that we used to send off. And me and my homeboy used to play back and forth. Whose pastors used to act out in church the most?
Lord Jesus, what's going on in here tonight?
And that was one of the videos. Nita sent me that video because me and Chio went back and forth, Aaron. We was going back and forth. And then Nita sent me that video.
Well, Puffy, like you, I can't stop. I won't stop. I don't even know how to stop.
Captain P-Funk is here. Captain P-Funk. And we are here with...
Yeah, I had technical difficulties. Also, I have diabetes, so...
Hi, I'm Wilford Brimley, and I have diabetes. It hurts me to pee, and it causes me to be short with my family.
So what you do? You almost peed on yourself? Peed down half your leg? Thanks to that Jordans?
Did you?
Thank you.
You just did a double T, difficulty T's.
I can't. You know something? I was gonna send you this joke on the internet, Jared, and this dude got new teeth, and he can't talk, and then he was going in on himself, and it was hilarious. I gotta find it. I'll find it. But yeah, this Captain P Funk ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new about no new year or nothing. We just getting older and ready to die. Closer to die.
God damn it, man. You're only 47 years old. You ain't even
closer to dying.
You middle age. You really skip over middle age.
I'm the oldest one here. Like, damn, dude, calm down.
Oh no, I didn't mean to.
He don't mean to scare you, Woody.
He didn't mean to scare you.
He don't mean to scare you, Woody. He just plan on adding 2 more medications.
Yeah, Woody. But you got one foot in the grave, man.
If you plan on adding at least 2 to 3 more medications this year.
And restricting his diet by a couple more things too. Well, here's your soundbite, Pedro. Save this one special for you.
I'm not no marathon fucker. I can't fuck for 2 or 3 hours. You know, it's 3 minutes. Good night, and I'm gone. You know?
That's not Jared.
Some of these things need to just die and go away, Jared.
Yeah,
you ain't got to bring them back. Pedro talking about dying. Those are things that need to be dying and go away.
Yeah. That ain't me, man. Don't put that on. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know NATO.
He had sex with my mama.
We were discussing holiday songs, Aaron, and last time we met, and I found this since the last time we recorded, and I thought we need to add this to the holiday playlist. From your favorite. About a boy.
Boyz II Men?
Nah, about our boy, what's this dude's name? OT Genesee.
All I wear for Christmas is blue. I don't want a lot for Christmas. I just want a fantasy. Ain't worried about no pressing. I'm just gonna smoke my trees. If he tripped, then I start popping. Turn this to a fireplace. Don't make me trigger happy. If you do get out the way, I'm just thugging on my own. Come to the set and get put on.
I never knew that existed.
We was talking about the Death Row holiday album, and that actually has some bangers on it. And man, I'm like, this. You know what? We gonna have to do.
I want to sue him for Mariah Carey, copyright infringement. And I wouldn't even want money. I just want to be able to keep microphones and cameras off of him for the rest of his life.
We're throwing you a freaking bone here, Scott.
Oh my God.
Now that'll be the only deal. Look, man, you won't have to give up a dime if you can no longer be in front of a microphone.
For me, it's the little shake, just the little shake. Right
yeah, he got the shake going on though. I give it that. The sad part is I like this rap song better than the new rap that come out now. That's the sad part. I like this song better than the new rap that come out now.
You would put this on anytime over some Blueface?
I put it over Blueface. I put it over. I don't know, man. It seems like every rapper I know is dead. I was gonna say Pop Smoke.
Going back to what Pedro was saying, y'all niggas old.
I don't know which rapper is still alive anymore.
It's like that's a new age.
Young Dolph.
A new age metric on how to like tell how old you are.
It's 2024, and I don't know which rapper's still alive.
Those are young guys who died.
It's 2024.
Them young dudes.
Now you should Google BLP Kosher. If y'all get a chance to check out some nonsense. He sounds like every other rapper, but he's he's got an interesting look. And people are going crazy for him.
That's not the white guy you sent me rapping, was it?
The different white guy.
Different white guy.
Brandon knows where to find white rappers.
How come white rappers don't die? I just got a question. young black rappers die coming. They go to a bakery to buy a pack of sugar cookies. They get killed. They up in Hollywood Hills just trying to relax. They get killed. They go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. They get shot and killed. But white rappers just never seem to even get shot at.
Don't forget about the rappers that try and rob people and commit crimes.
Man, those aren't rappers, man. Those are criminals that ain't never had a job. Well, I guess we got to call him a rapper because he said he showed up at somebody's concert.
Didn't I tell you that the phone in my limousine is busted and I can't get in contact with my bitches?
It's like you could tell how old somebody is by how many of their favorite rappers are still alive.
Exactly. No, not favorite. Don't favorite. None of those guys are fair. I never heard an ounce of their music. Tanichi XXX on whatever.
What is the standard to be considered a rapper, though? It seems like it could be it's a very loose term at times to use.
It's more of an aspirational term. It's not really.
So if that's the case, then you might still call me an astronaut because I wanted to be that for years growing up. So I want you to start saying that Captain Aaron Grace, an astronaut. It's an aspirational. Exactly. It's an aspirational title.
You know, some people like the second they enroll in like grad schools, like I'm a PhD candidate or some shit like that. You're like, dude, like you're in your first semester, dude. Come on, come on, come on, man.
Give yourself some time. Don't fuck this up.
We're still doing intros, Jared.
Oh shit, yeah, and we have another late arrival, but he is here. We are here with.
Hey, what's going on? This is Brandon, aka Taco Pablo. Happy to be here. Glad to see Jared's having a hard time, letting go of the holidays already. Like, so embrace the new year, Jared. Embrace it. It's winter. A lot of good things are happening. Let pumpkin spice go.
Not never.
Let it go, man.
Well, here's your soundbite.
He's gay, but he has a special connection to classical music. There's many things that are interesting about him.
Brandon, I take that as an insult if I was you.
You know, Brandon, I will say this, Jared. I'm glad you played that clip. I miss the phone call references. How come we don't do that no more? I've been in position for the last 20 plus years where I have to give references. It used to just be a phone call. Now you got to write a goddamn letter. Just answer questions.
Dude, they'll email you. They'll message you on LinkedIn.
I missed that. I'm starting to want to do what he just did. I just want to start saying, hey, man, you know what? I'm not doing no more letters. Just call me. He's gay, but he has a special way of recognizing the lines. He'll be great to add to your facility. Your Christmas parties will be all
If you say that nowadays as a reference, especially if you put on the persona like you're just a tone deaf, like not very like thoughtful person, they'll be like, how did you deal with that person? You know what? More kudos to this person. They might think you're gay though if you're not gay.
Did you see the video I sent you like a few minutes ago? No, I texted to the group. I'm sorry. We got to get you in this group text, man. Just turn off your notification display. Like,
and don't open them around children or at work.
Don't open them at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Dude,
the 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning ones, don't open those until you are mentally ready in a good space in your day.
The sad part, on that note, Woody, you would think it's something that's pornographic or something. It ain't even close to being pornographic. It's just hideous. It's just stuff like this worse than what he just played for.
It was stuff that piss you off all day, Woody.
Gentlemen, let me introduce you to 3 letters that will change your life. DND. Do that. Do that. Those 3 letters will change your life. I promise you.
The only one sending it out is Jared.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I might send out a sports thing. Look, I'm gonna get into this clips now. This text now because we could tell. Look, all right. Pedro said, "Give me 5 minutes." I sent out a picture of a Mach E Mustang with the license plate that said Chachala. Right. Brandon sent out TikTok. I didn't watch that one yet. Brandon. Jared sent out, which I'm glad I didn't see.
It's probably good.
It was a 30-minute video of how Samuel L. Jackson, Quentin Tarantino, copied some movie
Oh yeah, see that's a classy Jared one. See, Brandon sent out one about the guy talking about dating LA girls. That was a good one. And then there was a Jared TikTok that came in at 1:08 a.m.
Which is 4 a.m. or 5 a.m.
Which is 4 a.m.
He'll text me at 4 a.m.
Then there's a text. Let me read this text. What he said. There's one that came in at 3 a.m. from me, from Jared, and says, "Hey, what kind of underwear you have on?"
which is an upgrade to the text that used to just start. Every text started with "nigga," like it used to be.
Question of the day I have just was like, what are you looking forward to in 2024? What are you most looking forward to? And is there anything that you're leaving behind or happy to leave behind in 2023?
I mean, honestly, I just feel like starting a new year is always just, just kind of another opportunity to better yourself in certain ways. Just for me, just trying to, improve my health, keep my health going and make some changes in some areas. Other than that, as far as, I don't know about me leaving things behind, but I mean, things that I would like to see people or in general be left behind. For example, as a society, can we generally just stop fucking with people? Can we stop doing that? Can we move forward in 2024 and stop fucking with people? Let's stop being assholes. Also, social media people, stop responding to Twitter trolls, not just the dicks, but the people who just
shout out to Tyler Quelli.
Right. The people who troll for content.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Likes.
Give Garrett a magic moment.
I call him Quelli.
I think he said that on purpose. I think he said that.
I thought I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, he did that on purpose. He totally did that on purpose.
Yeah.
And he always argue with somebody and out somebody. Goddamn.
I turned off.
He argue with anybody.
I turned off his Instagram because I'm like, dude, turn off your comments.
Yeah.
Oh, it got worse during the pandemic.
No, he's posting people like, you a punk, you a little white supremacist, you a white, and he tag him on it and stuff. I'm like, oh, he mad at them.
But the thing about it is, I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with him just because there was this girl during the pandemic, this young lady on Twitter that he went after. And I'm going, what the fuck? It was just ridiculous. Like, he's just going after people like, him going after the white supremacists. Okay, whatever. But I mean, he is like a supreme Twitter troll. Like, seriously,
Yes.
No, I say white supremacists because most people that he calls out, he calls them white supremacists at some point, or white supremacist ideology that they're inhibiting or not inhibiting, that they're acting upon.
What he acts like? He acts like he's in prison. Because I talked to my brother today, and that's how he talks.
Wait, you say your brother's in prison, like just for the audience who's listening.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that's how he talks.
You received a collect call today.
Oh, no. You know this new thing going on, Brandon? No more collect calls.
No more collect calls.
Oh, man.
They
basically got a cell phone at all times. Everybody.
Crazy.
Now can they stream more of their cooking shows?
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yes, they tablet, they get the news, they get all the stuff, and they can call their family members all day long.
You see the one where they were using the staircase, the grill. They use the stairs as grills.
Yeah, they use the metal stairs as grill.
Toilet paper to get the fire stoked. We got the grill.
I haven't seen that.
You ain't seen that one?
You ain't been to a real cookout until you had a prison cookout player.
Dude, they were using the metal stairwell. You know how it has the grills in it? They were using the holes in it as a grill, dude.
Nothing like ribeye with staff on it. Nothing like that, huh?
I mean, you heat it up enough, man.
It'll kill everything, hopefully.
Super staff.
I just sent him off when he just got his quarterly care package. So he's stoked and calling and asking for everything else, Egyptian oil, so he can pray to some I don't know what God he praying to now. It always changes with every sentence.
I imagine your brother calling you real serious, like, man, hey, I really need this Egyptian oil because I gotta pray.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you just like You eat a cheeseburger for Carl's Jr.
Right.
And these white supremacists over here is trying to oppress me, but he actually has white supremacists that are in the gang at the prison, probably.
Right. And went to jail for robbing a bunch of niggas.
All right. Well, Woody, sorry to go out into the weeds on. What else are you saying about?
The other thing was just like, the Twitter trolls, the people who tweet to get like attention, to get engagement. Like, just stop giving those people shine. They're idiots. Just that show. Yeah, just be smart, people. Just ignore the Twitter trolls in 2024.
Yeah, I feel you. That is not bad. The comment section can be so heinous, so funny, but also so heinous or just crazy. So
yeah,
stay out of the comments section, people. 2024, stay out of the comments section.
Okay, real quick before you go off on your tirade, Jared, about or going your soapbox about stuff we don't care about. Did anybody just see the end of the half of Buffalo?
Yeah,
Miami game.
Yeah.
Did you see Tua Tagovailoa's face when he?
Yeah, because he's like, what are they doing? They lined up. They lined up on the line. All the DBs are lined up on the end zone. What they were trying to do is allow Buffalo to get the pass off. It allowed them to get the first down. They wanted to wear out the clock because if Buffalo's smart, they would have just went for a field goal. But it worked. It worked out for them.
Yeah, but everything was crazy, man.
No, it was. That was a crazy and a half. That was some stupid coaching on both sides of the ball.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. None.
It was stupid on both sides.
Jared, is there a chance we're going to talk about football today?
Yeah, we're going to get to football.
So, I mean, we got Brandon, we got Woody on the show. We need to talk college football. We got both of them on the show.
That's why I had to knock Woody. I was trying to knock Jared's whole little thing. I'm trying to knock him off his soapbox where he started.
Yeah, that you don't understand, Jared. I went to the gym, worked out, and got all ready because I got this big Phoenix energy ready now. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin my big Phoenix energy. I got it. I've been waiting on that, so I'm all excited.
We're gonna get to that. But does anybody else have anything else they're looking forward to in 2024?
No, I'm personally looking forward to encourage people to travel. Y'all need to start scouting out some of these countries to go to, because if Trump wins again, y'all either going to need to learn Spanish to talk to me or French. Okay, I'm just letting y'all know right now.
Where you going to move to Mozambique?
God damn.
They speak Portuguese out there.
God damn.
I'm learn Portuguese.
I'm moving to South Africa.
Yeah, that sounds like a really joyous place to move.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, you're a little too dark for South Africa. You need to wear a USA shirt every day to let people know.
And speak nothing but they clean it. You got to start speaking English like a cowboy.
You think black people in America talk loud? You need to be yelling everything you say in an American accent. God.
Just talk like Nelson Mandela. Just talk like this.
All right, Ghana's the place for you, Pedro. Ghana. Okay.
No.
Nigeria is a place for you, Pedro. Get some jollof rice.
Nope, they be scamming out there. Nope.
Ghana's got jollof rice too.
Yeah, but man, I need to go test all of them out.
Yeah, everybody's jollof rice is different.
Well, as long as it's good.
Okay, all right, that's some good advice from Brandon. What about you, AG3? What are you looking forward to in 2024?
I'm looking forward. First thing I'm looking forward to is Jared ending the show before 9:30 each Sunday. Mm-hmm. That's one of my things. Not going over 3 hours. Not going into the third hour. That's the first thing I'm looking forward to going into this new year. Looking forward to actually maybe deleting some whole text streams. That way, save some space on my phone.
Sounds like an iPhone user.
Yeah, iPhone loser always got to delete some stuff. You know that. Looking forward to this. You know what? I'm like Woody. I'm not one to make resolutions, things like this. But I do like the one thing that the new calendar year brings is time for reflection. I do like that part. I don't really think about leaving anything behind because that means I'm not reflecting and growing from it. So hopefully just, hope to get some things straight and better in my life. And I learned from some lessons and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Last year, you were able to get rid of that Peloton, though, so that was good. That was what you left behind.
Peloton, man. My sunk cost fallacy. I ended my sunk cost fallacy. Thank God.
Yeah, 2023 was a good year.
It was. It was.
All
Praise
right.
Lord.
Captain P Funk, what are you looking forward to in 2024?
Nothing. I got a butthole appointment coming up. They got to look up my ass, and I'm not looking forward to that.
Ain't nobody doing nothing to no one about it.
Man, you're the only person that they do a colon. They do that test like it's 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
I don't want to give. He said they could put me to sleep, and I don't know what happened. No,
I don't understand. They check in for the colon cancer.
Pedro's doctor used a bunch of equipment with leather straps on it.
That's what I'm saying. Pedro's still going to the old doctor. It probably still say throat and nose and ear doctor on the front of it too. They probably still putting people to sleep using what's that stuff that they put on the little drops on the ether. They probably still using ether, just like Pedro's still using the techniques of Cider House Rules and his doctor.
So, and also I'm looking forward to lower interest rates. I need these interest rates to go down so I can make some equipment purchases. It didn't work out at the end of the year like I thought it would. And what else I'm looking forward to? I don't know. Just
Biden 2024.
No, I'm not looking forward to that. I don't know what's going to happen, but the political scene is a joke.
Hey man, I'm proud of you actually like looking for a real loan instead of doing this infinite baking scam or like a.
Oh, you talking about I might have to do this PPP loan if they still don't stop tripping, talking to me crazy.
Well, I guess what I'm looking forward to in 2024 is, kind of like Aaron said, the optimism of a new year, new opportunities, going through these seasons again. It's wintertime. So getting to the snow, just, living life, being amongst people that I want to be around. I think that's what, it's something that I want to do stuff with people that I want to be around and be, specific and deliberate about that instead of just work, or finding other random things that don't just pass the time and not feel your heart. So anyways, that's what I'm looking forward to in 2024, and hopefully a ceasefire in Gaza.
Man, I'll never put my hopes on anything ceasefire in the middle, certain parts of the world.
Yeah. I don't put my hopes. I wish. There's no hoping.
But I don't hold your breath.
Yeah. So
longer than a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, and we'll see. We shall see. In news this week. Shit. Well, anyways, in news this week, it was the 3-year anniversary of January 6th. And Marjorie Taylor Greene was going to have a book signing, so-called book signing, to commemorate that at a resort in Florida. But it was canceled by the resort because they didn't know it was going to be what they didn't say it was going to be, which is a commemoration of January 6th in a good way. Also regarding this, Ashley Babbitt's family is bringing a $30 million lawsuit against the U.S. government for a wrongful death. Aside from that, on this 3-year anniversary of January 6th, what will you take away from it as an American?
You can't believe that's a stupid ass question right now.
The thing I'm taking away is that it's now referred to as White Juneteenth. Okay, that is what I'm taking away from it. 3 years out, that's why when I referred to it by the date, it is White Juneteenth.
Can we put it in? Make it part of my Google calendar.
Yes,
annual event.
Can't let those fools take over an entire date. January 6th. They gotta get a name it and then forget it.
Yeah. Well, what are you living in the region of where White Juneteenth occurred? Maybe it hits you a little differently, but what are your takeaways from White Juneteenth, so to speak?
Hey, Woody, I heard you was that black cop with the no looks pepper spray.
It would have been more dope dude hit him with the Heisman. Just yeah, it was crazy because I guess as it was happening, I was hearing it, and then while going to Twitter, and my brain's just going, "Wait, what the fuck is going on?" Like, it was just really just weird to see, just surreal to see it in real time, and just to talk about it. I didn't like turn on the news because I don't really watch the news. Strangely enough, I go to Twitter for my news, and people are just tweeting about it and talking about it, and I'm just like, this is insane. And I think I've said it on the show before. They didn't fire enough bullets that day. I mean, one person got clapped. She should have got clapped. And, hey, hope you're enjoying hell. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the takeaway, man. I mean, not enough people got clapped that day. Simple.
Well, come on, Sammy. You bad. Shoot me. Look, you shut up, man.
That's something I didn't tell you.
What? I got to paint a target on my ass?
Yeah, they showed a lot of restraint.
There's a lot of restraint. That's I take away that's how they should treat all Americans to some degree.
Exactly.
All the darkies, you get this treatment.
Wake up this morning and see the thing turn up.
Yeah, a lot of restraint. I could see that for sure. Yeah, it was a crazy day. It was crazy. I remember I saw the writing on the wall though. It seemed like leading up to it because they're talking about all these groups are gonna go and be there, and Trump's gonna do some weird ass. He's planning to speak, and I was like, all these people are going there. This could be really bad. It could be stupid. Like, it could get stupid bad.
Mm-hmm.
And when it happened, I was like, man, they really doing this? Like, but then I was like, I'm not surprised. I was sitting there like, wait, they doing what I thought I was like, this is definitely what could happen if all these people go in there and Trump gonna say some off the cuff shit.
Mm-hmm.
Go down there and show them. That's not protected under First Amendment right. I'm just saying he
correct.
With power and situation, you cannot incite, and they haven't gone hard enough on him. Eventually, I think they will, but they should have gone hard on him. They couldn't do it that soon right afterwards. So.
Did you hear about the 4 people that actually got busted on the anniversary for their participation January 6th? The FBI got them on January 6th.
Oh, that's just
hilarious. It's like, happy anniversary, bitch! You're under arrest.
We have a summoning. Well, yeah. Pedro, what about you? White Juneteenth. What did it make? What did it solidify for you as an American?
Just when you go to edit this, just run that thing back from when it happened. Remember, I don't know if you remember that episode. Whatever I said, I don't even remember what I said.
Just run it because I don't feel like coming up with nothing new. So go ahead and run it.
It was probably off the wall. I'm sure it's probably some wild shit.
See how agitated he is now? I know. Let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
Still rolling.
Remember what he said the day Magic Johnson announced he had AIDS.
Exactly.
Remember he said the day Donald Sterling talked about V. Sterliano.
This is January 6th was always. I mean, you had him inciting violence during what do you say? Stand back and stand by. I knew something was about to happen then during that debate. I was like, oh boy. I said this is gonna be a rough 4 months coming up.
Yeah.
And he said that, I was like, shoot, man, maybe I do need to get all my guns lined up. These honkies gonna try to rush through my front door. But I really don't know much to say about it, Jared. It's history now.
Yeah, it is history. White Juneteenth. I do remember Aaron saying this on that episode, and I think you were part of that too, Pedro. Aaron said this. Anything. Any final thoughts on the DC thing? Any final takeaways that y'all have?
Yeah, I just had a question. When all that shit was going on, I was wondering where the hell's the DC sniper at? I need that motherfucker laying down in the trunk of that car. Just whoop, 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 whoop. He would have. The DC sniper would have took out more people than the damn Capitol Police did. He would have did a better job. Oh man, I forgot I said that. Man, I don't be remembering. I don't say shit on this show. I'll be honest. As soon as the show ends, everything I say I forget.
It's like run it back. That's say.
Aaron's like Ron Burgundy.
Don't remember jack shit. I don't remember a thing I said. You played me something about Mia Khalifa. I didn't believe I said that.
In sports news, in sports, it is the National College. Is the
CFP?
Oh, it's
the
the
college football players.
Oh, that's what.
I don't know what it's called either. I thought it was still the BCS.
It might as well be the BCS the way they is making decisions. Well, anyways,
man,
things played out after the BCS came back. Michigan defeated Alabama, the team that was put in over Florida, the undefeated Florida State. Michigan defeated Alabama, and wait, who's the other team? Oh, Washington defeated Texas for a national championship game of Washington versus Michigan. What do you guys think about that?
Well, it's all chalk. It's 1 versus 2. They're both undefeated teams.
I was say it all worked out, right? Luckily, it all worked out.
I mean, in some respects, some people say that, well, ESPN puts Florida State out. And when you watch the Florida State Georgia game, you're going, okay, you kind of sort of saw this coming. But at the same time, too, ESPN got what they want. They got the 1-2 matchup. Mm-hmm. Somebody's walking home with 1 loss. Going to be number 2 in the nation. Someone's going to be undefeated. It's going to be epic. It's going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
Then 30 players sat out that Florida State game, though, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they were depleted.
Yeah, Florida State had their third string quarterback playing, and then I think half their defense, which was one of the main reasons why they were in it, is because how good their D was, didn't play. So it sounded like that game wasn't a good representation of what I think Florida State puts on a much better showing, obviously, if they have all the players that they had at the end of the season.
It's 36-3.
No, I think Florida State competes with Georgia. I think
Georgia had 2 bad games in like 3 years. And it happened to be the SEC championship game against Alabama, and they still almost won the game. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm probably too much of a Georgia stan at this point to really give a thing, but I don't think Florida State had a chance.
I think it would have been a better game than it ended up, though, Brandon. 30 players, man. That's your starting. Think about this. You got 22 starters, 30 players.
I think you probably get a more entertaining game if you have Florida State, Michigan. Honestly, Florida State, Michigan, I think does better offensively.
I think so too, because I think Florida's offense probably would have looked just as Florida State offense would have looked just as bad as Alabama's, but Florida State defense would have looked just as good going against Michigan's offense.
Yeah, I think because Michigan's not like a high scoring, high flying team necessarily.
According to Jim Harbaugh, that's the greatest quarterback in Michigan history. Tell me, I'm like, wait. Now I know Tom Brady didn't light it on fire in Michigan, but he still was good. Hell, there's so many quarterbacks I'll put over him.
Drew Henson.
But
Drew Henson.
But that speaks to your point, though. I think they got the 4 teams right. You couldn't ask for more entertaining games than they got. The 2 games they did with Texas and Michigan and Washington and Alabama. I don't think you can get more entertaining games than they got. And so I think the NCAA wins again. I mean, everybody had their fun trying to push for Florida State being undefeated. But you can't argue with what happened, because there's no way to say that if they made the top 4 that those 30 players still don't sit out, because all the players who are transferring out have no reason to play. Their scholarship's not tied to it. They can't get hurt in that game and show up to a new campus next year.
Well, they already got picked up. That was the big issue, is that when you're in a transfer, you already got picked up. But don't forget, Brandon, Elvis Gerbach is a better passer than this Michigan quarterback now. Elvis Gerbach is a better Michigan quarterback.
Well,
Chad Henne
was good. He's solid. Yeah.
This guy sucks, man. I mean, he don't suck, but they Jim Harbaugh hyping him up. I understand why.
Who was the dude that Michigan had that couldn't throw the ball, but he was a runner? I forgot his name.
Denard Robinson.
That was Denard Robinson? Yeah.
Denard Robinson.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he was more dynamic.
But this is simple, though. The NCAA made the wrong decision, but made the right choice.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was right. They knew what they were doing. You can't have a team that don't have their starting quarterback all on national television and knew they was going to get mollywopped. They may have played a good defensive game, but it would have been maybe 21-28-0. No, they made the right decision. And everybody's complaining. I understand it was the wrong thing. You got to.
I think Iowa could have played Michigan, and it would have been the same scripted play out that was with Alabama. Alabama didn't deserve to be there. Let's just get that straight. Alabama shouldn't have been there.
Oh, Brandon, what do you say about that, Brandon?
They won on a last second.
What do you say about that, Brandon?
Can't put Iowa in nothing.
Can't put Iowa.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not. I'm saying
unless Caden Clark switch sports. I ain't putting Iowa up there, Brandon.
Alabama wasn't lighting the world on fire. They had to win some. They probably shouldn't have.
They got lucky against Auburn.
They probably should have won.
They should have lost the Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
They should have lost the Iron Bowl.
So regard that should have factored in as like whether or not with this whole playoff and then them beating Georgia and fucking up the whole rotation. Like Georgia should have just won. They should have known that if they didn't win, them and Alabama weren't probably going to make it over an undefeated team. That's just the way it should be. I'm sorry. And if you don't have an SEC team, well, figure out your playoff system and that bullshit, right?
Yeah, you just don't have an SEC
Don't have the
team.
championship game. Whatever you need to do.
Just don't have an SEC team. That's what they. I think they.
But they could not have that happen.
They didn't have the heart.
Allow that to happen.
Well, isn't the SEC at ESPN? Aren't they contracted out with each other?
Yes, I believe so.
Because if Georgia wins, there's no question. Georgia should have just not lost, but they lost. They lost to a mediocre. Okay, fucking Alabama team. That Alabama team, was led by Milroe. I liked seeing the brother play, but he's limited, and their defense ain't as stacked as it used to be. They're running their offensive game, and their offensive players aren't as stacked as they used to be. So they're, with the transfer portal and
the NIA hurt
transfer portal.
It just hurt Alabama harder than any other team.
Well, it's not even NILs. It's just guys are like, hey, I might not make money going to another school, but I know I can transfer and not be penalized a year. Saying, wait, I can just go. And so a lot of these guys went to places where they can now shine, they can earn or be offered NIL.
Well, this is the thing. Why go to Alabama if you're a backup and when another place is offering you more money through an NIL deal? So now they're not deep like they used to be. Alabama used to be deep. If you think about when Derrick Henry was in the backfield, like when he was a freshman, who else was there? We could just go down the line. If you start from Mark Ingram and go down the line through their backfield,
they had just
every year you'll see nothing but pro players. Alvin Kamara there, Fat Eddie Lacy there.
You can also partially thank Alabama running backs for the league veering back away from drafting first-round running backs because of all them motherfuckers and the Eddie Lacy's and the Trent Richardsons that people were using the first-round picks, and they realized, it's not worth the first-round pick on some of these just like college, like legit running backs that are coming out. Like, it's not worth it.
Running behind some legit offensive lines. Yeah, Alabama's not as deep as it was. The NIL has hurt them. Guys aren't coming there who were solidifying and making that team deep. They're like, hey, why go here? I might be able to go to Texas A&M and make more money and be able to play. Right? Don't have to compete for my position. So,
but having the 14 playoff, one conference is going to have to sit this one out. So again, it was looking like ACC, SEC, Big 12, Pac-12 were going to be the four conferences represented. So out of those, I forget who would be that. One team's going to be out. Now we'll go to the 12-team playoff, which I think is crazy, but it works. And now you get a big feast of teams, and now it's a crapshoot. Anybody potentially could win. Now again, we could get 12 next season. This shit'll be chalk again. You get 1 and 2 at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see here, I think here's the problem. If they're gonna go 12, they need to get rid of all the crappy bowl games, right? Like, let's just stop wasting everyone's time. I remember growing up and I'll turn on New Year's Day, there were 5 bowl games, and that's the only bowl games that matter.
Pretty much,
right?
Yep.
There was always one on Christmas, one on New Year's Eve. There was like 3 bowl games before New Year's, and then it was only New Year's after that. The 5 bowl games that matter. Orange.
That's it.
Bowls.
And you'd have a couple sprinkled in, like from like about the
Holiday Bowl always exists. The Holiday Bowl was always
Mm-hmm.
on Christmas. There was like some other one on New Year's Eve. There was, like you said, there was a few sprinkled in. Yeah, one after Thanksgiving. There were a few sprinkled in, and you didn't mind because those teams were still like 10-win teams. But once we went to all these bowl games and we're getting teams going in at 6-6 or 6-7, it's just bad. I think you need to get rid of bowl games. Don't wait so long to start these games. Like, have the championship game on New Year's Day.
That's the issue with the 12-team playoff. I think it should just be 6 teams. They should expand to 6 or 8 at the most. Honestly,
I've always said 8. I was vehemently up for 8 teams.
I'm gonna tell you this: 12 are gonna get some bad matchups, but just give it a few years, and it's gonna be like the basketball tournament. It's gonna be like pro football. You're gonna get some knockouts here and there. In the beginning, I don't think I think you're gonna get Liberty in there getting scraped. You're going to get a Cincinnati in there getting scraped. You're going to get the first couple of years, you're going to see some really bad teams get scraped up in that first round. You're going to see some teams that shouldn't be there getting scraped, right? But then you're going to turn around. I think after that, I think coaches would see how to adjust this, how to play it, how to play the playoffs, how to go on the road and play it. And I think you'll get some upsets. We'll get some things that's going to make it exciting. I'm glad he went 12. Can I tell you something? I hate half measures. Jared did a half measure in our fantasy basketball league. Now, for the last 2 years, and he was one of the people that fell victim to this, I told Jared the last 2 years, like, hey, man, we need to move the playoffs up because fools are resting people way ahead of time. Even the bad teams now are shutting players down. They're shutting rookies down. They're shutting everybody down. And if they're in the playoffs, they're really slowing down their minutes getting ready. So Jared decided this year he made a change. Thank you, Jared, for making that change. Half measure, though, he moved the playoffs up 1 week. I was saying go 2 weeks. So then we would have, I was like, our team should look how they look in the beginning of the year, not be full of players that I ain't never heard of at the end of the year. Everybody's team, whoever's in the final, always has like half their team is players, guys that won't be playing in the NBA next year because they're trying to win, right? And I felt like college football going to 8 teams or 6 was just a half measure. Let's just throw 12, man. Just go. I mean, it's not like you're letting in half the teams. It's not like hockey back in the day when they had 27 teams and 16 of them make the playoffs. No, this is just throw in 12 teams and let's rock.
What is it? Two teams get a bye?
Well, yeah. Oh yeah. Teams get buys. Is it top 4? Top 4 get a bye?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, I think
top 4 get a bye.
I did it out like on one of my shows. I did it out where I looked at this year's top 12 teams and I figured it out.
Yeah,
and I just played it. I think
since you would have had Oregon and Florida State, even though they might have got mollywopped, they still would have. They would have had a chance. They would have had a chance probably going against a weaker team too in the first round. So they, and maybe would have saw the upset. Oregon, we would have seen probably Oregon versus somebody that would have been live.
So you're looking at an additional 4 weeks of football though.
I mean, what the hell? I mean, once the last week ends, we get additional 8 weeks of BS.
No, but I'm just saying. But
you get the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Well, yeah.
You know what the most exciting part about the Duke's Mayo Bowl this year was? Between each cut and commercial break, they tried a different flavor of mayo on some food, and it was funny because one guy could never get the mayo out. The squeeze bottle. He didn't understand it. That told me he had never opened up a mayo bottle before. You got to unpeel that little thing. You take the top off. He didn't know that. But that was the most exciting thing. Nah, it wasn't a brother.
So here's the thing. So if we look at the current CFP rankings, like as they sit, the top 12 teams, okay, Michigan, Washington, Texas at 3, Alabama, Florida State, Georgia 6, Ohio State, Oregon, Missouri 9, Penn State, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma.
Those great games.
Yeah. I mean, Missouri was actually, I think, probably the biggest surprise in the SEC this year. Like, Drinkwitz, I didn't think this guy had it in him, to be honest with you. I mean, he's actually raised the bar, and Missouri's looking like the Missouri of old,
back when they had chased down all them fools that
Michael Sam
arrested. Michael Sam and all the guys that should have been arrested. Who was that receiver they had?
Wait a minute. I want to know why Jared just yelled out Michael Sam.
Because he played for Missouri.
That's all Jared knows about Missouri football at this point.
Jeremy Macklin went there.
Yeah, Jeremy Macklin. They had a bunch of receivers. Who's the one that the Bears drafted? And he was no good and just kept getting in trouble.
That could be 6 dudes.
But I mean, we got good games, man. We got good games. If we
I can see that those being some good games.
It's gonna be some bad games. Let me tell you. But these bowl games have all been bad. All been bad.
Yeah, this is I had to agree. I feel like this has been the worst year for bowl games. Some of these bowl games were
Woody, as our college, correspondent, knowing more than most of us, I just want to know, bowl games. What was some of the more bowl games you saw that were just peculiar? Any moments this year?
So I talked about the Toastery. Was it the Toastery Bowl where it was ODU and my alma mater played Western Kentucky and they pissed that game away. I was not happy about that. The K-State and who the fuck they play? It was the Pop-Tarts Bowl. K-State and
I heard they had some good riz on that.
Yeah, that was a decent game. I watched that one and
I don't know what the hell he talking about.
some new slang that they came out with.
I know that Riz. He be on TikTok too much, man. I'll be out there.
Jared, you're too old for it. You're too old for this. Okay.
Oh, 3 years. You know, I was wondering when. You know what? I really.
Kansas State, North Carolina State, K-State, and NC State. That was a good game.
I thought I was going to go to work and hear Nathan, who's 24 years old, say the word Riz, and I'll be the first time I hear it. No. Who would have known that I'll be the motherfucker 16 years older than Nathan saying Riz before Nathan even has a chance to say it? God damn it.
Hey, what happened? What happened? They don't play the Sweet Potato Bowl and the Jesse Jackson Bowl no more?
They play the General's Fried Chicken Bowl.
The
Charcuterie Bowl.
They raised enough money during service last Sunday.
Yeah,
so
but the HBCU bowls was just to be good for the bands. Now, what was up with them this year?
That was the Celebration Bowl. That was NC Central and Howard, I believe, played in that game, and that was I heard that was a good. I didn't see that one. That was like the first game.
Was it a good game? Let me tell you.
I'm sorry, no, it was Howard and Florida A&M. I'm sorry, Howard and Florida A&M.
I watched a little bit of these bowl games. Let me tell you which one I watched. Duke versus Troy was they were not scoring at all. I did turn to Virginia Tech Tulane, and I expected Tulane to run that, and they got ran.
Yeah, I thought Tulane was going to win that too. I've seen much better Tech teams, to be honest with you.
This is not a good Tech team. No, you've seen better Tech. They're not bad, but they're not. Tech has definitely had better teams in the past, not this one. Sure. I saw USC versus Louisville. USC went up there running them with the backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That made Florida State look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that? Oh, the Oregon one.
Yes. Oh, yeah, they ran Liberty off the field. That was just that was bad.
Yeah, I was wondering why they played them against Liberty. I was like, Liberty had a good season, but I'm like, there's a massive difference in
then I got blown out by Tennessee, right?
Iowa's offense wasn't running on all cylinders.
Jared, they didn't score a single point in college football. That ain't good.
Iowa forgets to pack the offense with the jockstrap.
Iowa's offensive coordinator was that dude who ran Bishop Sycamore. Whatever that name is. We running a Bishop Sycamore offense. I was hoping that I could have seen the.
I got Popeyes.
Was there a Popeyes bowl this year?
You know what? They should have one, and this guy should sing the national anthem. Let's
and get him a year's supply of Popeyes.
And that's how you pay him.
Yeah, well, you give all the players. You give all the players coupons.
The only problem is they got to go pick it up. Popeyes, the only place I know, the Popeyes in Berkeley was remodeling. Totally, completely closed down. Complete remodel, re-roof, doing stucco. They had like plastic up on all the windows, yet was somehow still selling chicken off the back of Popeyes. It make no damn sense. Remember, Jared? We saw a homeless dude chicken. We were
Popeyes. You ain't worried about that.
Kitchen was open. Kitchen was open,
but the rest of it was closed.
When you're in certain urban areas, you got to have the kitchen open. You know what happened?
Dude, you know how much asbestos was going in that chicken?
Man, if you know what happened if you don't give you Negroes Popeyes every day, y'all start stealing catalytic converters.
That's where you go to get your catalytic converter stolen.
Wait, what kind of converter?
Oh yeah, it's catalytic.
Yeah, what is it called, Pedro?
It's called a Cadillac converter.
This magic moment.
Wasn't Benny King the one that sang "Stand By Me"?
Yep.
Yes,
Benny King.
His hair was nappy as hell in that video, but he sang the shit out that song. That's all I remember.
Then they have the right compact.
Benny King sang the shit out that song, Siri. Look, he actually picked up what I said.
Well, anyways,
oh, that's my Siri.
That's your Siri.
What not mine. Talking about? My Siri. My Siri. She trying to play Damian Marley now because I said that. Damn it! Stop.
What do you got? Who do you guys got in the college football playoff final. You guys taking Washington, or you think Harbaugh is going to be able to pull it through and then jettison to the league, to the NFL?
I'm starting to think maybe Michigan is going to win this because Harbaugh knows all the play calls. He's got spies and agents. He's not going to lose this.
Yeah.
He can't lose this. His life depends on it.
I'm hoping.
I'm hoping
the ghost of Billy Joe Hobart and Mark Brunell. I don't know why I'm saying the ghost, because this motherfucker play better than both of them. I'm hoping UW win it, and that Billy Joe Hobart, Mark Brunell, back when Washington won their last national and only national title with Don James as the coach, when Don James was the coach of UW and he went in there and Mark Brunell was the starting quarterback and got hurt and had to finish the year off with Billy Joe Hobart, and they had a shared national title and they won a national title. UW. I'm going UW. For the Pac-12's last year, go out with the bang.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, Brandon, what about you? Go ahead, Brandon.
Michigan's gonna win. I think Washington's front seven is pretty good, but their DBs are not going to be able to cover Michigan's wide receivers, even though the quarterback suspect could throw it. So, like, I think
his quarterback will be able to get him the ball. That's the question.
But the thing about Washington, they play too many close games, and I think Michigan wins those games in a way.
You think Michigan? Wait, Washington's undefeated. They win close games.
They're gonna
Michigan had one close game announced this past week. Brandon, they had the worst fucking schedule. Look at Michigan's schedule. Michigan. I'm surprised Michigan didn't play teams that were playing in the Popeye Bowl in the regular season. That was one of the softest schedules I ever seen in my life. And usually I talk crap about Alabama and the SEC schedules, but I give them a little leeway because usually Alabama's good about scheduling, even though it's neutral field, they'll schedule one tough game beginning of the year. So they'll take their loss early, but then they also they'll schedule a couple of cream puffs during the year. But at least they got that hard ass conference. Michigan's played nobody in out of conference. This was one of the worst out of conference. You're trying to say they win close game? No,
Michigan beat a vaunted Iowa team.
All right, let me put it this way: Michigan gives up points, or Washington gives up points.
They do, and score points.
And their defense is not going to, and their offense is not going to score enough points against Michigan's defense.
That's what people kept saying all year. That's what people been saying all year.
Dude, they gave up. All right, here's the thing. Let's look at it. They gave up 31 to Oregon.
Let's go through Michigan.
41 to Washington State. 20 to Oregon State.
But you act like Michigan
Utah.
You act like
42
Michigan
to USC.
Points. You act like
Michigan. These are teams that are not.
Don't USC now. USC, we know how to offense, right? Now the Utah, they gave it 28 to Utah. Okay,
they get 32 to Cal.
I was playing
California, Berkeley.
Hey, Cal scored almost 50 on USC. So, but listen, let's go over Michigan's schedule. East Carolina, which they only scored 30. UNLV, both home, and Bowling Green, and Rutgers, who is now in a conference. They start off with them 4 cream puffs, all at home. 4 home games, and only one of them did they score over 40 points. No, none of those games in the beginning they scored over 40. They scored 40 against Nebraska and against Minnesota, also not good teams. 50 against Indiana, we know not a good team. Then they played Michigan. This was the weakest schedule I've seen all year. So just because the Ohio State's the only close game. That was their closest game.
That is the formula for getting to the national championship. They won the game.
The formula is to play. But the problem is, this is also what happened to Michigan last year. They played a cream puff schedule, and then they went in and got ran by one of the worst coach teams in the world, TCU, led by Sonny Dykes, and got ran because they weren't used to playing tougher talent.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying.
I know it's your prediction, Brandon. I know I'm shitting on your prediction.
Hey, man, it don't mean shit when my prediction is true, man. Whatever you say, it's all good. Tomorrow when I text you, hey, man.
You're going to be texting. The game start. What time the game starts?
Hey, what size cock ring do you think Jim Harbaugh wears? So I can send it to him in your name. I'm
in other news, Chris Paul broke his hand. And the Warriors,
we knew that was coming.
18-point lead against the Denver Nuggets, and they just keep finding ways to lose. But Draymond's on his way back.
And they lost by 20.
They lost by 20 today.
They were getting beat by 20, like 5 minutes left. I don't know. I don't know if it's
Right, today. This is today, Brandon.
They played Toronto.
Damn, they lost to Toronto by that much. Damn, that's gonna fuck over my fantasy team, man. Because I have to go get Scotty Barnes. I mean, he went off. Damn.
Yeah, 130.
Now I'm pissed off right now.
And Charles Barkley had this to say about the Warriors.
People, when I said the first night this team is cooked, they were cooked, and they still are. They're not going to make the playoffs. You know, what happened was Steph went crazy in Game 7 against the Kings, and that's the only reason they beat the Kings. The Kings had a better team. The problem with the Warriors, and I said it 3 years ago, I said, if these young guys can't play, they're done. That was Wiseman, Kuminga. When you have 2 top 5 picks, 5 or 6 picks, they have to come in and be able to contribute. Those guys have not contributed. Dre's not the same. Klay's not the same. And Steph can't explode. He can't be consistent at his age to cover up all their weaknesses. They have no size. They're past their prime. And like I say, Wiseman was the key. When you get the number 2 pick in the draft, he's got to play.
Man, Jared, man, these fools lost. Scotty Barnes had. I was like, I looked at fantasy and I went up by another stat. I'm like, I'm up 92 now. He had nothing at Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes played horrible. He only had 6 points, shooting 3 for 11. Didn't do anything else in other categories.
Pascal
right?
Siakam probably ate him up.
Siakam didn't even eat him up. Siakam had 16 points, 7 for 11, not bad. 6 rebounds, 6 assists. RJ Barrett ate him up, dude. RJ Barrett had 37 on him, Jared. RJ Barrett, your favorite player, had 37 points against the Warriors, 6 rebounds, 6 assists.
He gets hot sometimes.
RJ Barrett, Jared, 5 from 8 for 3. They ain't got no D. Dennis Schroeder, they gave up too much. Dennis Schroeder had 13 in 27 minutes.
Are the Warriors
have 14?
When are you gonna join the fire, Steve Kerr?
Are the Warriors?
Yeah,
I've called Steve Kerr.
Jared, your boy Bouchard, whatever his name is, had 17 points in 16 minutes, dude. 7 for 7. They got no size, dude. They got no size. This dude went 7 for 7, Jared, with 17 points, 9 rebounds in 16 minutes, dude.
That's called efficiency, my friend.
You're right. They got no size, dude.
Yeah, are the Warriors cooked? And my other question is Klay Thompson's career?
No, he played well today.
Hospice.
No, he don't deserve a lot of money right now. I'll pay him just to keep him on the team, man. I like Klay.
Klay had this to say after a conversation with Steve Kerr.
We had a conversation about just enjoying this last chapter of my career and how lucky I truly am to still be playing this game and doing it at a high level and being a better mentor for these young guys, leading by example and having my energy right every game. And he helped me realize when I do have negative energy, how that affects the team in a poor manner. So we had a great conversation that just helped me change my whole mindset and just to enjoy being in this Warriors uniform and appreciate what we built, because it's such a rare opportunity for any professional athlete to be a part of so much success and to try and pass that torch to the younger guys and keep this thing going.
Yeah.
Here we go. Come on.
I'll let Brandon go first on this.
Sounds like Steve Kerr basically said you ain't gonna play no more.
Come on, man.
If you don't get your shit together. He put on a good face, but like all right, that's what he said, right? Steve Kerr said, hey man, your energy's not right. You get your shit together. And it sounds like Steve Kerr had the conversation with him that he should have had with fucking Draymond. Like, he's doing his ass backwards.
He's doing it with the guy that's going to figure it out, right?
He's doing with the guy that ain't going to punch somebody. He's doing He's like, hey,
this is the conversation he should have been having with Draymond last year. He's back. He's behind on this conversation. Am I right, Brandon? He's a year off.
That's how crazy it is.
They should have had this conversation when he came back, whatever year that he came back off that ankle injury and that knee injury or whatever. They should have known something was going to something's up when Stephen Curry had to win that championship by himself. Yes.
Yeah. No, Jordan Poole.
Klay Thompson.
They did. Hey, he didn't win that by himself because your boy. What's the Canadian?
He did. He did ball that series.
I think Klay tore his Achilles and his ACL.
Yeah, ACL. Yeah.
Is the ACL and then the Achilles?
Then the Achilles, yeah. ACL on the right knee, Achilles on the left, or on the left leg, something
No
like
matter.
that.
Yeah, one on each leg.
Yeah, that's horrible.
No, that when Klay beat Boston, they all beat. I like how Wiggins balled out against Boston. He led them in rebounding. Jordan Poole won one of those. What was it? Game 4. Game 4 was Jordan Poole's game. He basically won that one for the Warriors. I mean, it was a collection of things.
A collection of things. Steph took over at the end.
Yeah.
But he was also constantly just like good throughout the whole series too.
He was great. He was great.
He was great. He was because there had been final series.
I mean, he
before,
wasn't like crazy great, like Michael Jordan great or Magic Johnson great, but he was great.
But he was the best player on the court a lot of that series, and that's the difference. Whereas in some of the previous championships, he wasn't the best player on the court.
No, none of them. He was the best player on the court.
And so
that was the first championship series where he was the best player on the court.
Yeah.
And the other ones, LeBron was the best player, even
it was LeBron,
no matter who won.
It was KD, or it's arguable that it was KD.
Yeah, when it was KD was the best player, then LeBron was the second best.
Yeah,
like he was never even the first or a second. Even in that first series that the Warriors run, he wasn't the first or second best.
Yeah, all right, but we're missing the point. Is it time to admit Steve Kerr's not a good coach?
I've been calling into question Steve Kerr's ability. I said he's great. He's good at managing.
I'll tell you what.
He came into a perfect situation.
He's Phil Jackson, but without the ability. Phil Jackson still had to kind of build Chicago up. Like when Phil Jackson took over Chicago, yes, Jordan was there. He was the one that drafted Pippen and Horace Grant. He had to still kind of develop those two guys. Like Kerr came in with the team that was already ready to go. He didn't have to develop anybody. It was ready to go. It was deep.
And there's a lot of coaches that build their whole name off one team, and some of them don't even go coach anywhere else, or they might go to one other place. It's about that era, that group. It's about the semblance of those players. Are you the right coach for these players in this time? And he was. Is he? Most coaches, and especially in the NBA, you'll find out the guys that can develop talent or can't develop talent. There's a lot of coaches that don't know how to incorporate their talent, especially ones that you think would, these advanced offensive minds, or these guys like Don Nelson couldn't develop talent. If you fit what he wanted to do, then he would bring you in, and you could be fucking some dude that was basically playing in the G League, but you do a skill set that he likes, and he'll fit you in there, right? But he wasn't developing the rookies. And Steve Kerr's question.
No, yeah, Don Nelson also struggled with rookies.
So like I've questioned him over the last several years, and I've even said once Jerry West left, it was all up to the brain trust of Bob Myers and Steve Kerr's input. Like this is where you're going to see more of what they're actually bringing in, and they're not bringing in anybody that's really been changing the game for him. Now they got Dunleavy in there now. They drafted Pajemski, and they've drafted two guys that played a lot of college ball. So they drafted guys that it's a safe pick, guys that are going to be able to come in and contribute.
A little more ready, a little more coachable.
Yeah. So we'll see if these guys
don't have a big peak, but still, what they can do.
They can help extend this run for these guys. But yeah, I think Klay is at the point where he like that was the most articulate thing I've ever heard Klay Thompson say.
That really was.
And I was just like, wow, that was really.
It was a good speech by Kerr too. It was a good speech by Kerr.
The fact that Kerr could talk to him and then have him come out and say something that wasn't like, we got 4 rings. Yeah, we got 4 rings. I was like, or holy guacamole, Batman. Like whatever he says. That was tight. So, but I do think Klay is having a come to Jesus moment. He is seeing the light, and he's seeing his career being beamed slowly. That light is getting brighter, and there's a magnetic attraction to his game.
Well, I imagine having all those surgeries, coming back on those surgeries, still gonna have soreness in the area.
No,
it's hard to keep up with these kids. All they doing is running to the 3-point line and jacking up shots.
Well, yeah, he can't consistently play.
The fact that he was able to come back and be part of the championship and be an integral part, he wasn't the same part that he was in the first couple, but he was an integral part of what they did. Like that was a cool thing, because like we kind of forget, like especially with the pandemic and everything, like the Warriors went through, like they had their run, and then it crashed pretty hard pretty quickly with injuries. KD getting injured, Klay getting injured, KD then leaving, Klay missing a whole year, getting injured while trying to rehab and missing in a whole another year basically. So there was a 2-year period where the Warriors were bad, and that's how they got those picks. Or the second year they kind of made they jitterbugged their way into being decent, but like there was that window where like they had their lull and they rebuilt, and Klay was a big part of that, and it's dope for his career. I do appreciate him being able to see that, and maybe that will help better like get these guys to say, hey, yeah, and also, that thing called a contract? Don't ask for that much money if you want to stay here.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, bro, you are on the back end, bro. We can't pay, we can pay you, but we can't pay you.
No, they will overpay him than any other team will pay him.
No, probably, yeah. And that's the thing he needs to realize. Like, take the money that you're going to get here, finish your career here, but like leave wiggle room to get younger, better players in here, hopefully, or somebody else in here that can help y'all. Because y'all,
but the question is, are they cooked? And once again, I'm coming back to Steve Kerr, not playing the players. The reason why Jordan Poole got to be Jordan Poole, who was able to help them in the finals, because he played the whole year before that. Like, that's the reason why he was good. Every game, like, they're sitting Kuminga, they're sitting Moody. They come in, they score 10 points. All right, cool. Hey, we're going to put our guys back in. Like, there's no reason for Steph Curry to be playing 35 minutes a game. There's no reason for Klay to be playing that many minutes a game. If you don't have the players, you got to make the moves to get other players in the game to develop them, right? Like, and that's the thing, because you're losing these games anyway. Like, that's the thing. Like, you're playing these games, all these guys, these hard minutes, these older guys, these hard minutes, and you're still losing. Like, the benefit doesn't benefit them. Steph Curry's not going to get better because he's out there for 35 minutes instead of 30. Like, but Kuminga gets better, Moody gets better, Budzinski gets better. Everybody else gets better by playing more, except for the guys you have out there the most.
Yeah.
At some point, like, you got to basically say, hey, let's get these guys ready, because even if we play these guys and we win, they'll be ready for the playoffs. If we play these guys and they lose, we'll be ready for next season, or at the very least, know what we got. And that's the reason why it's been hard for Golden State to attract free agents, because like Steve Kerr has a reputation not playing guys. JaVale McGee has come out and said that. David West come out and say like, hey,
wait, they said to do what?
Oh, like not like as far as free agents, it's hard to be like a role player on the Warriors because you just never know where you're going to actually get in the game, because he'll play like feel like he did really well, and then he won't play for the next 2 games, or you'll go in and you'll be like, all right, I got 15 minutes today, I got 5 minutes today. There's sort of idea of strength in numbers, but like it's erratic at best for somebody who's not going to be playing regularly, because they heavily depend on their top 4 guys to play the most minutes or whatever. And I think they've been it's been a luxury to have somebody like Kevin Looney, who doesn't seem to complain about how many minutes he plays. Yeah. Just sort of like, oh, hey, we're gonna take you, like, oh, you're gonna play 5 minutes, just make sure you get your starting streak up, but then you're gonna sit down the rest of the game because we're gonna have Draymond at the 5, and we're gonna let who's the guy from last year with the afro? But anyway, we're gonna let these two-way players play 26 minutes tonight instead of you. It's been a luxury for them. But I think the guys they should have been playing, the top picks, Kerr hasn't been playing. I'm talking a lot about the Warriors right now, but
yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna say this: Steve Kerr, we've questioned him. He's proving that he's having a hard time developing this young talent, or has had it. And the Warriors have always been good because they play a team dynamic style ball, like where the ball is moving. The players that are hardest to guard, and this is something that I was arguing with shout out to Todd about, is like the difference between Steph and a lot of other kind of like superstars that close out games, or like, when crunch time, is that Steph is like smaller. He's 6'3". He's not a 6'6", 6'8", 6'10" ball handling person that can get a shot closer to the rim or threaten in a way that those guys can. So when it's closeout time, he can't get the same high percentage shots as easily as some of the other greats. So like when the Warriors start going just ISO ball, where they're trying to get it to Steph and do some kind of screen and get a switch and let him work, like that, it works. He's really good at that still, but it's not necessarily as efficient or effective as certain other stars, as if like where Jordan was to do it, or Kobe or LeBron or whoever, KD, right? Because those guys have an advantage of being taller, longer, and the distance to travel to get to the hoop and be efficient is less than it is for Steph Curry. So that also plays against them because he's smaller. You can blitz him with a double team, get the ball out of his hands. I think the Warriors need to like continue to be good as like in spurts, get him the ball, let him go one-on-one, but then other times continue to play him off the ball. Like that is what makes that's way harder to guard. The whole team has to be paying attention versus one person or 2 people that are in the vicinity of the screen and roll, right? The whole team really has to pay attention when Steph is running around, moving around, and if you have other good ball handlers that can make good passes. Chris Paul's injured, so we're going to see. Like, that's what allows you to close out games.
But they've been doing that with Chris Paul handling the ball and Steph playing off the ball, and they're getting killed because, like, they're both too small, or they're both small guards. And even though Chris Paul can pass the ball, like, that's not the... What
have I told you about? Well, you already an undersized unit, and you playing with 2 undersized guard. Like what I say about Portland when Portland was there. What I say about Seattle in the 90s with Hersey Hawkins and your boy, what's his name, Gary Payton. You know what I'm saying? What I tell you, like there's teams that have these good duo guards situations. The Warriors couldn't win. They knew they couldn't win with Monte and Steph playing together because you can't have two guys that are 6'3" trying to guard wings and other point guards that are 6'5" and 6'6" and bigger. Like you can't do that.
I'm not gonna give the Warriors that much credit because they ain't had. Before that, they hadn't won too much. He'd be like, hey, we got to get back to winning. Like, no, that wasn't a thing they were trying to get back to.
They're trying to get back to winning, but they're doing it in ways that have conventionally is the reason why they traded and gave the team to Steph and said, Monte, move him on. Let's get Bogut in here. Let's go more traditional. They also played a team ball where they had a good rotation of players. Mark Jackson probably was better with the rotations than maybe Steve Kerr was with like consistency. But the Warriors were always built by the strength in numbers mantra because they played, their stars played that kind of ball where anybody can kind of piece in and everyone just flows. You have good IQ guys, good veterans, and everyone kind of piece in. They run this offense that is hard to guard because they have great shooters and they can score in any way because the ball moves around. Now they're going more ISO with Steph at times, and I'm just like, you guys gotta just keep playing your game. Just keep moving the ball around. It's hard when your best mismatch is the smallest dude on the court. That's it. Cuddy Corner shout-outs. Cuddy Corner shout-outs similar in the show where everyone gets a chance to rant, complain, highlight something positive in the world. Cuddy Corner shout-outs. Cuddy Corner shout-outs.
It's time. Cuddy
We're burning now. God, if you let it in, hell, so cold and bleeding now. I'm in for it, man. Gonna let you down. He had sex with my mama. We're broken people now. I just said I need a back.
Aaron, do you have a Cuddy Corner shout-out?
Yeah, my Cuddy Corner shout-out, I mentioned it before it passed, I don't know how many years ago, but I'm going to bring this up again because it hit me hard this past couple of weeks during this winter break. My Cuddy Corner shout-out goes out to men who are ashamed to pee in urinals. I need men, the urinals are designed for us to pee in. Because guess what? At different ages, I understand if you're a kid, you're too small, you can't reach it, whatever. But once you can reach that motherfucker, pee in the urinal, man. You know, I understand sometimes your stream don't come out straight. Sometimes it come out too hard and fast and powerful. It bounces different places, right? That's why the urinal is wide. It's designed for that. It's designed to catch your pee. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because I was flying back from LA after Christmas on a Thursday morning. And I opted not to eat at my parents' house because I was like, you know what? Now I'm just going to get ready and go straight to the airport. Me and my sister, she dropped me off. I was worried it was going to be crowded. The shit was empty, man, for some reason. It was empty. I mean, I didn't even fly out early in the morning. I mean, I got to the airport like 8:30. I mean, like, I'm talking about TSA was empty. Me next to some like Persian or she was Middle Eastern, some model. She couldn't speak English too well. Didn't understand the shit either. She ended up being on my plane. I knew she didn't understand it because she always kept trying to line up with the wrong group and everything else. But anyway, it was easy, go through. But there was a lot of people, typical LAX, by the food thing. I didn't eat at my parents'. I got to the airport 2 hours ahead of time. I said, okay, I'm going to get me a cup of coffee. Got me a mocha, ended up spilling half of it. So shit, got me a bagel that was just not that good. So I went back and got a coffee to pour into the other half of the mocha I still had left. So here I am drinking all this, and then all of a sudden, my this winter break with my family, they eat a little differently, had my stomach a little different, had my blood sugar levels going different. So I ended up I was on the phone with my sister, and I said, you know what? I got to use the bathroom. I'm going to call you back. So I go in the men's bathroom. My stomach was bubbling, right? I go into a toilet, and I hate the fact that I got to sit there and clean the toilet seat off as I'm pinching my asshole tight before I could drop a deuce because there is pee all over the toilet seat because guys aren't peeing in the urinal. And then the worst part about it is that I used most of the toilet paper to clean the toilet seat up and then lay some paper down. All the concentration it took whenever you got the guts and then you over there producing, let me be real. My body was producing chocolate soup at that point.
I shit on myself.
right? Just straight chocolate soup. And at that point, I got someone in the stall next to me. I'm trying to concentrate so I don't get too much blowback, too much splashback, right? Because Lord knows how hard it's going to be for me to get up with my pants down and go wash my ass in the sink.
Hell, y'all don't give a shit about me. I'm gonna need a sponge bath.
So I'm trying to concentrate, trying to get this chocolate soup out of my body slowly and not as fast as it wants to come, right? But meanwhile, I'm still pissed off at the fact that I had to clean the goddamn toilet seat off, and I barely made it. I don't know what I would have done if I ended up shitting a little bit on myself. For starters, I was going to have to throw my underwear away.
He a man.
Right? I don't know what else to do after that. They don't sell underwear in the airport. I already checked my luggage in. And I'm like, do I have to start carrying like a pair of clean underwear in my backpack now for the airport? Because motherfuckers don't want to sit there and pee in the toilet. I gotta clean a sink off, the toilet seat off before I could take a shit.
She wears underwear with dick holes in them.
So men out there, pee in the urinal, man. Who cares what size? It's uncomfortable for everybody. Who cares what size your dick is? I don't care your shit's any, right? I ain't looking. I just gotta pee. You gotta pee. Fuck it. Back in the day, I don't know if it's the new age guys, it's the old. I don't know who afraid to pee in the fucking urinal. Let me tell you, back in the day, you went to Dodger Stadium, it was one long ass trough. We basically was peeing on each other. Pee in the goddamn urinal, man. You'll save people a break. You'll keep people from shitting on themselves. I'm telling you, dude, I was in there for a minute, man. Straight liquid coming off. I mean, all that fucking coffee, all that fucking so-called avocado toast they serve at the airport. And the sad part is I was talking shit about the Coffee Bean Cafe. I went to another cafe. I don't know what it was. It was everything. It was the Rowley's I had the night before. It was the Yard House jambalaya I had. Could have been the jambalaya I had the day before from the Yard House. Tastes hella good, but I just knew wasn't going to have my shit sitting right.
I don't know much about crack, but it seems like a lot of crack. It seems like a real lot of crack.
There was no solid piece in there. It was bad, man. It was all bad. And the bathroom in LAX was nice too. In the Southwest wing, opened the door. It had a big ass hook. I was able to put my jacket, my backpack, and my breathing machine and hang it up. Guess what? Didn't have to worry about getting piss on them because they hung up. But if I sit down on the seat, I'm going to get piss all over my ass.
I have been having a very bad day.
Men, use the urinal. That's what it's for. I'm done.
Pietro, do you have a Cuddy Corner shout out?
Yep, this is going into the Lakers, man. This is going into the Lakers. Like LeBron said, everybody's talking about, people was like, oh man, what are you talking about? What's going on? They won the in-season tournament. It was just, what was it, 4 games they won out of the, how many games did they play? And then one of those games didn't count, the one that brought the championship. Lakers management, from top to the coaching, has been piss poor, okay? Piss poor, okay? It's 20% management, including LeBron James, right? There's 20% Rob Pelinka. The other 60% of their failure has to do with Darvin Ham. Nigga can't coach. Nigga can't coach, Robert.
Oh shit, here we go. 2-on-2, some real combat shit. Do they know what they fucking with? This is Mo Guns, all pro, all state. You know what I'm saying? Apollo legend.
On the sideline with his hands in his pocket. Makes no adjustment. Well, he got his best defensive lineup in. Offensive lineup, like Gil said, Gilbert Arenas said this. You got niggas in the game starting to average 1.5 points a game.
They got a dog!
And it's simple math. You go with the team that got you to the playoffs last year. Why are you playing Rui Hachimura 15 minutes a game? And you play Taurean Prince 30 minutes a game or 28 minutes a game? Why are you playing D'Lo 21 minutes a game and you playing Cam Reddish 18, 20 minutes a game? No. See, tonight when the Lakers won, they hand forced because they had to play D'Lo because everybody else is hurt. You have to play your offensive people. Defensive people come second. The league is all they're doing is shooting threes anyway, so you have to keep up. You have to be able to keep up. If the guys that play defense can't give you absolutely nothing on offense, you can't play those people. Oh, and by the way, the 5 out. Anthony Davis is not Giannis Antetokounmpo, okay? He's not him. All right? He is not Giannis Greek freak Antetokounmpo, all right? Not the same people. Giannis is more athletic. AD is a little bit of a goofball. Now they've been doing better getting the ball in the post, but he's a klutz. AD's a klutz. You can't have him out there handling the ball at the top of key. That game where they had all the turnovers, they was passing the ball to AD, bringing the ball up the court, and he's passing it off the back of Austin Reed's head. It was just bad, man. I'm like, look like y'all niggas don't even practice. And that's another thing. Darvin Ham can't coach nobody up. He needs to be in there telling Vando and Reddish, Prince, all them, hey, man, you guys need to stay in practice, put up these corner shots. We need 1,000 shots out of y'all. Can y'all do that? Can you do that for me? Can you stay in practice an extra hour?
I want winners.
So we can work on our offense, so we can create some type of chemistry. None of these guys are doing it. They're going home. They're putting on their big fancy clothes and they're going home. They're not practicing.
I want people that want to win.
So you got to get Ham up out of there. Rob Pelinka, it's time for you to go. Jimmy, I know you ain't got no control over everything. You out there getting BBC from some black dude that somebody hooked you up with, and you ain't paying attention to your team. Okay? Hey, but it's time for them guys to go. I don't care if Ham won tonight. They barely won. Still need to fire them. Please go ahead and make that move. I'm not for people losing their job, but when you don't do your job right, you need to go.
All right. This is a rational and not overly offensive Cuddy Corner shout out, Pedro. Good job. It's a new year.
I was going to critique it, man, but I realized we can actually air this one. So.
Okay. What was wrong with the last one? I'm tired of him.
I'm in for this, man.
Brandon, do you have a Cuddy Corner shout out?
Yeah, I got 2 quick ones here. Besides the oh yeah, so I don't know if this goes in Mr. Fernando's neighborhood or not, but so I was at
you want me to play the jingle for you?
Let's play that music just in case it does. Let's get that music.
Yeah, you can't say that and not get the jingle, Brandon.
Get the jingle. That's not how things work here, Brandon.
Brandon's got a special Cuddy Corner shout out and maybe a Mr. Varnado's neighborhood. Oh, we're here for another installment of Mr. Varnado's neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Brandon's got some neighbors. Could you shit in my yard? Oh, yes. Won't you be my nigga?
Now, I don't know if this was Pedro's cousin or a long lost relative working at Walmart this past week. So we decided to mix it up, right? Sometimes I like to live dangerously, so we ain't go to Target this time. We was like, I'm gonna take the girls to Walmart to get a couple things. And it really is a different culture at Walmart. Like people say that online, but it really is a different culture at Walmart. So we get there. We're there for like an hour. We buy $10 worth of stuff because my girls want to asks for everything, and I gotta say no a million times. So we time to check out. There's 3 people working. There's 16 lines. There's like 3 lines, and all the lines are just super long. I'm like, shit, do I really need this stuff? I was like, yeah, we're gonna stand in this fucking line. So we're standing there, like we're next. So like there's somebody like taking a really long time at the cash register. There's somebody in front of me, and then there's us. So we're waiting. So the person who's checking out's done, or is just like really taking a long time. And so one of the cashier comes up and he say, hey, you come follow me. I'm going to open up 2 aisles down. I was like, okay, bet. Thank you. I start walking down, but the people in front of me, like they start moving, like they going to go down there too. And I was like, oh yeah, you guys are in front of me. Yeah, you go ahead. I only got a couple things. And she's like, nah. I said, you come with me down here. And she's like, these Mexicans think they're gonna come here and tell me what to do. And I was like, what? I was like, what?
Nobody punking, nobody here.
Yeah, man. No, I run this here. Okay, they just gonna come over here and tell me how I'm gonna run my aisle. No, I told you to come, so you come. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? she's talking to me. She's like, man, she gave my kids like 2 big ass candy bars. She's like, yeah, man, all these motherfucking Mexicans coming here and like doing all this stuff. And I'm like,
no one needs to know about this.
I don't know if I'm not being an ally right now because I'm not saying shit about it.
Is this a white or a black person?
Black lady.
Okay, black lady. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay.
And I'm like, thank you for that, because this is really taking a long time. I'm ready to leave the store.
She could smell. She could smell
Thank you for the
your racial disgust from that whole parking lot fiasco, pseudo nigga moment Brandon almost had.
Spitting on cars,
spitting on people's door hand, all 4 of them.
Hey, man, I just want to make sure they knew I was upset. But so I did not feel like a very good ally in this situation because I didn't say shit. I was like, oh, well, thank you for opening up. Appreciate your hard work. Happy New Year. Thanks for the candy bars. My girls are going to really like that. But yeah, I was like, dude, I don't know what I was supposed to do in that moment. I don't know if I was just supposed to be like, hey, no, man.
And Brandon, to you, man. And now you can identify with how every white person during the dark periods of America that they want to make great again felt. Okay, they don't know how to take it. Do I not take this privilege and these benefits at the expense of those darkies?
Why not? Shit.
Or do I buy some of these niggas and beat them to death because I can?
Maybe things are looking up for me finally.
Let's go. They selling niggas over there.
Did you say Happy White Juneteenth? Happy New Year and Happy White Juneteenth.
To get your ass kicked, you know you made it.
Yeah, man, comment. Let me know what I should have done. Should I just went to another line and waited another 45 minutes? Should I let the Hispanic looking or identifying family go in front of me? Like, hey, man, like, or should I just stay in the same line? It's like, nah, we're good here. I'm not sure what I should have did, but I got out of there 20 minutes faster than I would have if I would have stayed where I was. So shout out to that lady. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, whatever she's working through, she gets through it. And let's love her
back.
It
sounds like she ain't working through shit, Brandon. Where she want to be?
Yeah, any type of solidarity is worth having. Sometimes it comes with certain stipulations you weren't ready for, but it was solidarity nonetheless, Brandon.
Some people are more down for the cause than others.
All right, revolution. Take care.
My Cuddy Corner shout out is a positive one. I'm gonna try and focus on positive ones this year as best I can.
Oh, shit, man. You go like how, you look like a young Carrie Belafonte without your mustache.
Yeah, I had to shave it off New Year, just shave it off and see if my upper lip still look decent enough. It look all right. I don't know. I might have to grow my little fake Fu Manchu thing out again. But Francis Ngannou. He's my positive Cuddy Corner shout out. This brother had a great year in 2023. He broke away from the UFC, took his time, made a splash, got a record-breaking fight contract, guaranteed fight contract outside the UFC, and then also got to box and make even more money than he would have made. And now is signed to fight with Anthony Joshua, a very winnable fight because he could be knocked out, but also like one of the bigger heavyweight names in boxing and still a champion. So he's parlayed not being a company man to the UFC, which has some antitrust stuff in my opinion, quite obviously, and not being controlled by the largest fighting. He was able to play the game and still maintain his own integrity, being a good dude overall. Eric Nixick, his boxing coach, came out and said that, he paid him his fair rate and then some, that gave him money that changed his life, changed his world, how he can, take care of his family. And he's doing things in a time, in a system where it's so easy for these stars to be gobbled up, these athletes, these entertainers to be gobbled up and consumed by the companies that thrive and need their talent. And instead of succumbing to the wills of it, or being small when he is such a big person in reality. Like he matched up his physical nature with what he's showing as a human being and as a human spirit. So I give that brother all the kudos in the world. Just don't do any goofy, crazy shit. Don't don't do nothing that's gonna make us regret. No conspiracy theories, please. In 2024, no home issues, please. In 2024, and just keep doing your thing, man. Got a boxing match coming up. He's still got a $10 million guaranteed fight with the PFL whenever he goes back. And man, he's doing his thing. It's tight to see. So keep an eye out, Francis Ngannou. Look at what he did to break away from the UFC. Other UFC fighters, other MMA fighters, look at the singularity that is Francis Ngannou, and give him his kudos and be like inspired by it. But also know that's probably not gonna be almost none of y'all. So don't try and be like Francis Ngannou. Use this as a sign that, hey, one out of every so many thousand of us can do what Francis Ngannou do. The rest of us need to start getting a union and collectively bargain something you got to register with the state athletic commission, whatever, to get a license to fight in whatever state. You know what? That automatically you part of some kind of collective bargaining that's going to get y'all paid and get y'all some kind of future stuff, whether it's healthcare or protections down the road. And especially for the big tiers, you know what I'm saying? Shit can be collectively bargained for the minor leagues too. But we talking about UFC, Bellator, I think it's gone, PFL, okay? Whatever it might be. Y'all ain't gonna be Francis Ngannou. He is proven to be great. But y'all can get something better than the dog scraps y'all getting 15% of the revenues by the UFC. So we do better. Anyways, shout out to Francis Ngannou. Sponsorship coming on the show. Woody, do you have a Cuddy Corner shout out that you want to say?
Yeah, man. Again, kind of like I said earlier, man. Just people, just leave motherfuckers alone. Just save yourself some trouble. Save yourself a lot of heartache. You think somebody's weak. You think somebody you want to fuck with them because you having a bad day. Don't do that because you might get your feelings hurt. You might get beat up. You might just be embarrassed. Just leave people alone. 2024. Don't be an asshole, period.
That's good. Good advice, as always, from Woody. Yeah, man. Well, appreciate you, brother, for hanging with us.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, man. Happy New Year. Thank you, guys, man. I hope I can try to get back on a little bit more, but, 2023 was, a lot going on. But, yeah, man, I appreciate it always, man. I always love chopping it up with you guys,
man.
man.
Please,
yeah, I'm glad you're here, Woody. Thank you.
Please take my spot. Please take my spot, please, Woody. I'm on a GoFundMe page. If you need to get paid, just take my spot, please.
You be all right, brother. You be all right.